All right, so the way the soul roll came about was in 2013. I was driving trucks, and I hated my job. When I say I hated my job, I mean I hated it. But it afforded me some opportunities, so you know, I did like mostly everybody do. We deal with it until a miracle happens, you know. So the way I came up with the soul roll was I had a restaurant concept in mind called Guilty Pleasure, the soul food experience, and I wanted it to be a restaurant. I wanted it to be a soul food restaurant that was kind of fast food, that had a drive-through, the whole 9 yards. But I wanted it to have like excellent customer service. I wanted that to be like our niche item. I wanted it to be the customer service. Even though we were given delicious scratch-made food, I still wanted customer service to be the number one product we sold. And in planning, I was talking to one of my cousins that live in Dallas, Texas, and she and I were talking, and she was telling me how, she loved the idea, but she said, what about for people who didn't, want to ride around with a plate of food? And I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So she's actually the one that first came up with the concept of putting it in a wrap, and I was telling her, I said, well, I don't know how it would taste in like a corn tortilla wrap. Maybe we could try egg roll wrap. So she said, well, just play with it, and then we can kind of test it out from there. So sometime in 2014, my aunt and my mom was at my house because I was a bachelor. My house was filthy. My mom had came over, and she was embarrassed that I was her son. Her exact words, don't judge me. So she was like, oh no, I'm finna call Betty. We finna come clean this place up because this house is too nice for you to have it looking like that, So I'm in the kitchen doing what I do. I'm cooking. And they in the living room pulling up and all that stuff because they talking about me the whole time like I came here. You know what I'm saying? That boy, I don't know who raised him. So I'm in the kitchen doing what I gotta do. And so I make the egg rolls, but I never told them what I was doing. So I made a bunch of egg rolls, and I put them on the plate, and I took them in the living room, and they were sitting down, and I sat in the front of them. I told them that it was some soul food egg rolls. I made some cornbread dressing egg rolls, and I made some rice dressing egg rolls. So I told them to try, tell me what they thought, because I was thinking about creating this product. So I left and went back in the kitchen and started, kind of cleaning up and straightening up as best as I could, because I knew they was going to talk about me. It wasn't going to be good enough anyway. So I came back in the living room, and they were all gone, like all of them. Dude, it was like 15, 20 egg rolls. Like, I'm like, these two, middle-aged women, they done laid around here and slaughtered this plate of food, but I ain't say nothing because, my mama still don't mind whipping me. So I was like, it must be good, So then, so I told them what the idea was, and I told them what me and my cousin Tracy had talked about, and they was like, Brandon, you ought to do it. So I immediately went and got the name trademarked. So I got it all trademarked, and then I did all that, and then I noticed how over the years, since 2013, I go to different places and I see these soul food egg rolls that I created, and I'm like, how is it that I create a product from my house, cooked it just in my kitchen, played with the idea, marketed it, got it trademarked, and now everybody's doing it. That's how I knew I had something special, because I created something that nobody else was doing, and then everybody started doing it, but nobody was able to do it like me because I created it. So I'm already thinking of other ways to do it. That's why if you come to the Bayou Cafe next week, we're gonna roll out the peach cobbler soul rolls with the cinnamon sugar and the confectioner sugar, and we might do it with a side of ice cream. I'm just saying, if you've ever had the peach cobbler soul roll, you know how serious it is. It's better than Mama's apple pie. It's better than your Rumble sweet potato pie. Come holler at us. I'm telling you, Bayou Cafe. It's your boy, Chef B. Eat, pray, share. See you next week. Give me a hook.